Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video. And hey, look over there. We've got a coin, something that has been in Hearthstone since the first day it launched, where you get this no matter what in the game if you go second, right? You go second because, well, your opponent, right? They have an advantage if they're going first. They get to play first. They get to fight for board first. They have one more mana than you first, right? All those things are true unless, you know, it's Druid and Ramp. So the coin allows you to have one turn where you get the advantage, maybe catch up, play something bigger or something like that. But what if I told you that right now in the game, if you get this card in your opening hand, meaning you're going second, you're going to be losing a lot more than arguably ever before. And it's a problem I don't see a lot of people talking about, and I want to go over the math on it, where it's basically completely proven. There's like no shadow of a doubt on this one that it's happening, but kind of what's creating this more so than like in other metas where it's not nearly as bad as it is right now. So we're going to do that. If you enjoy the content on the channel, feel like I've earned your subscription, please hit that sub button down below. Give the video a like as it helps the channel out a lot. It also helps me earn some real life coins, which I always appreciate. Yeah, you get the coin if you're going second. There's obvious synergies like, let's say a combo card, like the old coin SI agent and gain tempo back that way. Not only was I able to play that 3-drop, but I was able to combo it. That's always been kind of a historical synergy, or just something like Archmage Antonidas, right? Getting a fireball, or the Wishing Well, getting a random legendary. Sometimes that coin can be really helpful and get that tempo back. But I was just really startled. I was taking a look at the meta using HS Guru, because they have this feature here with the coin. And if we look at the decks overall, Diamond through Legend, by the way, there is a lot of playable stuff right now. It's very interesting. We'll have a full meta review a week removed from the latest balance patch, because things are changing a lot and it's just really interesting to see. But you see, you have a ton of decks in the green, a ton of decks in the red, right? Like overall, it's what you would expect to see in a meta breakdown. However, using HS Guru and turning on coin and going first, meaning I don't get the coin, I'm going first. How do the win rates look for all these decks? Well, we click that, it shows a picture of all of a sudden, a lot of these decks are a lot better with Hagatha Shaman, with like Muradin and Hagatha and all that stuff, nearing 70% win rate going first through Diamond through Legend. If we scroll down, there's a lot more green and only like a few decks in the red, where going first gives you this huge tempo advantage that it looks like most decks can't recover from. And if we go on the coin, meaning, yeah, you have the coin, you're going second, there are like 5 decks in the entire meta, 5 decks that have a positive win rate overall while going second, with Shaman being the top on both. Aggro Demon Hunter, Dragon Warrior, and not a big surprise, Combo Rogue, right? Like I was saying, getting that early tempo, getting that mana cheat early for a deck like that could be beneficial. But even there, it's at 50.6%. And Protoss Priest, everyone's favorite deck. But even like Combo Rogue, if we go to going first, it still has a better win rate going first, rather than getting the early combo possible turn, right? Getting that Foxy Fraud into the 1-drops or whatever, right? So you can see statistically going second, I don't know if again, how often do I look at this, but I feel like it's never been this crazy where only a few decks have a positive win rate, and they're still worse. All of these decks do worse going second. And if you want to know why, at least in my opinion, this is going on, it's just the nature of the decks right now. So many of them benefit from getting their thing out early first. Examples being just a simple one, like Creature of Madness. Playing like your 1-drop on 1, your creature on 2, and then you get to do this before your opponent, pretty much always, right? It's not like you can coin Creature of Madness into the 3. You play this on 2, you get that 3, which has a Dark Gift and is likely going to give you a significant advantage for like a good amount of the game. And it can snowball from there, where on 4, another huge example of why going first matters so much is Elise. She's the best card in Standard, I would argue right now. And if you play her on 4 going first, you can play that 5-mana location. and often just win the game, whether it's like summoning a copy or just getting the hounds with rush and an attack buff or something. You control the board from there. If you're going second, sure, I can coin Elise, but then I'm on 4 mana the next turn. I can't play the 5 mana location. The curve is infinitely better with Elise. And I'm wondering if Elise alone is the reason why these stats are so skewed, because almost every deck right now runs it. And if we're looking at decks without the coin, Aggro Demon Hunter does not play Elise. Dragon Warrior does not play Elise. Combo Rogue does not play Elise. A lot of the Hagatha Shaman decks don't run Elise. Protoss Priest, I don't think it runs Elise. It might actually, I actually don't know on that one, but the remainder of the decks, a ton of them do, or they're just not as good as the other decks. I think Elise, to me, is the biggest enabler of why going first is so important, because you play Elise on that 4, it is just lights out so many times. But there's other reasons for it too, where if I get like an early Stonecarver, right? I play the Sanguine Depths, the 1 mana location into Stonecarver, sometimes that just wins the game, right? It buffs itself and then it snowballs from there. Because I went first, I was able to do that, gain the board a lot quicker. The same argument, again, in the same deck for Warrior, and he's playing other decks as well, like Zarimi Priest, is Petal Peddler, another early minion where, let's say I play the Whelp, the 1 mana dragon, it sticks on 1, I play Peddler on 2, I am off to the races. I got to do that first, whereas if I'm going second and I'm playing a 1-drop, it's likely going to die either to my opponent's 1-drop or to some removal because they can react to it. Going first, it's a lot more likely to stick and do these things. So we have a lot of early game snowball cards that typically aren't as prevalent in the meta than I've seen right now. And of course, a card like Elise, which is completely unique. We don't normally see that like at all. It is absolutely ridiculous when you go 4 into 5. And I even read into an example the other day where I'm ready to coin, I'm playing DK, I'm ready to coin my Maladar and cheat out Heron to get an ultra mana cheat scam to use that advantage or, disadvantage of going second with the coin to beat my opponent. I'm saving my coin exactly for that reason. And before I can play it, a Customs Enforcer comes down, where this card punishes you for having that coin, right? Enemy cards that didn't start in their deck cost 2 more. All of a sudden, that coin that's supposed to be my 1 advantage for going second is also a crippling disadvantage. A 0 mana card turned to 2 mana, so I could spend 2 to gain 1, right? That's terrible. So there's also like symptoms of that. That's a lot more niche. This card's definitely not problematic, but when it pops up like an aggro DH or the old Sandbox Scoundrel Rogue before it got nerfed, that was definitely a thing, right? So going second right now in Hearthstone has never been worse, and it's pretty startling to see why. But my suspicions are that, let's say a card like Elise got nerfed to 5 mana or something. Not that I'm saying Elise needs to get nerfed. We got a bunch of nerfs already. We're going to see how things settle down. But obviously, we're going to get another balanced patch at some point. Things are going to get nerfed. Maybe things will get buffed, whatever. Elise is a big symptom to me of this problem, of why going first in Hearthstone sometimes, or in the case of Shaman, 70% of the time, or I guess 69% of the time, pretty nice, just makes you win the game more often than not, which is a pretty startling stat. And yeah, now when you lose a game like me, you could just say, well, I went second, I guess I lose for that. Or it's back to the old Crip thing, Crip in Arena. Oh, I went second, minus 15 health. And yes, I miss Crip Arena days, but I still remember that stuff. So yeah, let me know what you think is causing this issue in Hearthstone more so than normal. And yeah, is there things that could be done to improve it? Is it enough that you get the coin? Should you get 2 coins for going second? Should the coin even be a spell? Should it be like removed from that equation of being counterable? Should there be different options for going second rather than the coin, which historically has worked well enough? It's a really hard thing to balance, but maybe, just maybe, some things need to be improved in that regard too, because the game is always evolving, it's always changing, and the coin, well, it's stayed the same since day one. Maybe that should get changed, although probably not. I can't imagine a better solution to this. Anyways, let me know what you think about all this in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.